Welcome to Metaphysical Soul Speak. I'm your host, Elena Fox Starks. Hey guys, I hope you're doing really well wherever you are, whenever you are. Whether it's a cool breezy night or a hot summer day, which is what we have here. I wouldn't call it hot. I mean, I'm from California and I know from hot, and this is not hot. This is pleasant. We're having maybe about 75 degrees today, maybe 76. Pleasant. It's not hot. It's hot for this area of the world, but it's lovely. But anyway, I hope that whenever and wherever you happen to be in this beautiful world, that you are aware that everybody has a different evolutionary journey. And I don't mean, like how we're going to drop our baby toe in 100 years. That's what they say. Scientists say, like, babies of the future will be born without a little tiny toe because they don't need it. Yes, we need it. It's cute as hell, and it's one extra toenail I could put my nail polish on. But I digress. So... I don't mean like that. I mean evolutionary changes such as spiritual changes. And I was thinking about this today because I have a little bit of hamburger meat in the fridge, and I was just like, my Virgo mind is like, ew, why do we even have that in the fridge? And my body's like, because we need the protein, right? And so I'm like, okay, body, we've just gone through yet another evolutionary stage. We are going through another, even this morning I had another spiritual experience. So, I mean, they're happening every week now. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe just maybe I got lucky enough to where now my body's cool being vegan. I haven't eaten any meat in the past, or at least vegetarian, and I haven't had any meat in like 3 or 4 days. So I'm like, hey, this is the time. I've got walnuts, I've got almonds, I got hemp seed, I've got sunflower seeds, and I don't have cashews, damn it, because my son thinks that 50% means we're going to split this evenly, 50-50, I say. And so 99% of the cashews gone later. I come downstairs to 5 cashews in the bag. My favorite nut. And are you kidding me right now? Macadamias he didn't touch. I think they might be rancid. And by the way, 80% of the dried cranberries gone, because you know why? My homeboy, he needs to have his cranberry sauce. He reconstituted it and made his own cranberry sauce. Ridiculous, but amazing, right? So... I mean, we miss Thanksgiving food so bad here. We talk about pumpkin pie all the time. We don't have pumpkins here. And so we're kind of like, here, I better shut this door. I had it open because the dog was, the Lobo, he's not even my dog, but he loves me and he guards my door every day since we moved in. He lays in front of the door, and sometimes you know how dogs scratch, and he's rattling the door. And so I opened the door and put a little door stop there so it wouldn't rattle the door because it was irritating me. It was rattling my nerves. And so, anyway, I had to shut the door because he finished. So, evolutionary changes spiritually. I asked my body, I'm like, hey, everyone else not everyone else, but a lot of people contacted me. I can't believe I'm a freaking vegan now. I can't believe I'm suddenly exercising now. I can't believe I have energy now. And I feel brilliant. I feel great now. Whoa, my life is so much different. And I'm like, okay, well, I do have more energy. I do feel that one. and I'm hardly eating. I ate a bowl of nuts and berries yesterday, and the day before I had a bowl of nuts and berries. That's all I had for the whole day. Not a big bowl. In fact, the bowl that I made for myself yesterday was a big bowl, and I ate half of it. I just, it's like, I don't want to eat. My body's like, we have tons of energy, but we don't want to eat. I said, okay, body, that's it. You know, you seem to be thriving on just nuts and berries. So what do you say? And my body's like, nah, we still need to eat meat. I would really rather not, but my body needs that protein. So, all right, or whatever. Might be something else in meat I don't know about. The omegas or something. I don't know. But, and before, please don't write me and say, but you could take omega in this and this and this. No, I know. I was a vegetarian for 9 years, and I almost died as a result of it. For whatever frickin' weird reason, my physical evolution still includes me eating meat, unfortunately. But I mean, I went from a perfect 120 pounds to 138 pounds without any energy. Thanks, vegetarianism, fucker. Anyway. And if you're a vegetarian and it works for you and you lost weight and you feel great, good. Because that's the diet for you. But, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, I'm not talking about the physical stuff like that. Even though that's what brought this whole thing on, was my going, well, you know, maybe I could just sneak this in. See, before, when I was being a vegetarian and I ate all these nuts, the same ones I just bought, all of a sudden I got extremely allergic to all nuts. And I couldn't have nuts for like 14 years at all, because my mouth would swell, my throat would swell. I'd feel like hell. Now I could eat walnuts without even an issue. Walnuts used to hurt my gums and swell up my gums and my tongue a little. I'm like, well, all right. Well, I fixed that allergy. I just didn't eat it for 14 years. My body's turned twice over. You know, all the cells in your body are replaced every single 7 years. You are a completely new person. Think about that. I mean, if you're 21, you've been 3 versions of you already. If you're 70, you've been 10 versions of you already. Woo! That's crazy, think. That's crazy talk. But I started thinking about it, and I started thinking about the evolutionary changes and the spiritual evolutionary changes. And we're all on different paths, even though we're all on the same journey. I'm going to say that again. We are all on different paths, yet we are still on the same journey. The journey is, we're going back to God. We're going back to unity. The paths are, we have to go down different ways of viewing this. You know, if God had 1,000 faces, then there's 1,000 paths that you have to go towards that face of God, the one you relate to. That's why I always say, you know, say Jah, Allah, Yahweh, Ra. Ra, 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 Ra. Whatever you need to fulfill your spiritual self, your spiritual life. The God Poseidon, as Jude was mentioning last night in our in the episode we made together. So I was thinking about this, and then I started thinking, well, what are the? No, it seems like it's all the same. And I started thinking about it more. God, explain what you just told me. And so this is what he said. Some people are light workers, and they need to be out there in the public eye, like me, to bring your vibration up. Let you know you're not crazy. Let you know this is true. This is real. This is happening. This is the journey you're on. Journey, not path, journey. And basically, that's my journey, right? Okay, and a lot of people are the same as me. Feel good. Feel good, I call them. But feel good also is on the same kind of, not exactly the exact path, but he's on a similar path as me. But we're both light workers. And some people are energy healers, and they don't put themselves out there publicly. They just tell, put an ad in the paper or something, and now they're local. People come to them for energy healing. Some people have a normal job and they do energy healing automatically. They pray for everybody around them. That's a form of energy healing. I mean, just, man, every time I walked down the street in Peru and I saw people that looked like they were lost spiritually or sad or anything, I was like constantly, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you, God bless her, God bless him, God bless them, God bless everyone in this park right now. I mean, that was like my constant dialogue in my head. Because I'm also an energy healer. But some people are, like you do Reiki and that's what you do for a living, you do it for donations or whatever. And some people are teachers, just straight up. They're teachers, they're out there, they're lecturing, they're doing books. I might get on that path. I might be on that path, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm going to start teaching classes over the internet. But I did see myself, I had a vision, I was in a bus traveling all over the East Coast and I was so embarrassed because I asked someone, my publicist or someone, to pick an artist to do the artwork for the bus. So it'd be super amazing and exciting. Everyone would be excited to see it. And it would also be like an advertisement. And they picked my face. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And they had my crazy red hair, which is very, very long. It's down to my patootie, okay? And they have my hair all like curly, like it had been curled or something, like during a photo shoot. And it was all over, the whole bus was my hair. And I'm like, well, that's about right. It matches my personality and it matches my hair, which has a separate personality than me. It gets in everywhere. A man that I knew, just a friend, he was just a friend that we studied together sometimes, very married, very happily married, drove me home from school. One time, I had my hair pulled to the front and kind of tucked under my arm because I didn't want his wife to ever suspect a thing. 2 weeks later, they found my hair in the back seat, and that was a fight. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so sorry. My hair is insane. My hair just gets into everywhere. I swear to God, it's like Medusa and her snakes. Like maybe my hair, has like a little life of its own and it crawls all over the place. It drove my parents crazy, drove my kids crazy. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, I mean, that bus image embarrassed the hell out of me, but boy, it does match the personality of my own hair. But some people are on a spiritual evolutionary path of going towards Hindu and Indian stuff. So you're going to pray to Kali Ma or Shiva. Or maybe you're not going to go towards the Hindu gods and goddesses, but you're going to go through the self-realization path, which was my path for a while. And some of you are going to go through a path in which you are, you are a Native American and you're going to pray to the Great Spirit. And you're going to sit in sweat lodges and you're going to burn sage. And you're going to listen to the ways of the elders and you're going to perform rituals that were the ways of your ancestors. Because that's, for your tribe, because every tribe, of course, is different. Because that's your path, right? And some of you will do that, but you're also a heyoka like I am, and you're going to be making people laugh and pissing people off, and you're going to say the most crazy, wrong, awkward shit, and when it comes out, as it's coming out of your mouth, you don't hear it. You only hear it a few seconds later, and you're like, what the hell? Like, what is wrong with me? And you don't notice it until it's over. And that's so that you can trigger people so that they can be triggered into their own journey of healing and health, mental health and emotional health. And sometimes it's just a health of attitudes. Like my son, man, my sense of humor is sexual in nature and he freaking hates it. It drives him crazy. He's like, that's not appropriate, Mom. It's like, I gave birth to an 80-year-old. It's Benjamin Button over here, And it's like I'm constantly triggering him with this sexual stuff, and I don't mean to. And half the time my language will be very sexual, and I don't even know. I'm not thinking that. I'm not trying to put off a sexual vibe. I never do. But it's my sense of humor. I think it's hilarious. Sex is hilarious. It's weird and it's gross, and you're naked, and there's so many fluids, and my Virgo mind is like, ew, that is all kinds of nasty, dude. Why do we even want to do that? It's like weird. But then again, I'm also the Virgo that says, hey, baby, what's up? I love sex. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that. And actually, speaking of sex, though, that is taking me to the next point. Some people's journey and vibrations are such that where a spirit is attached to the lower 3 chakras, your spirit attaches to your body at certain points. So sometimes your point is at the lower 3 chakras. Well, now that you're going to be a very sexual person. Everything is about the sex. And you're not going to be jealous if other people are having sex with your partner because maybe you're in there in a mix of a bunch of people. Maybe. I've met a few people like that and it just blew my mind. I'm like, no, that's not my path. My path is being celibate and fully alone or with one person. It's too crazy. It's just too crazy for me as a Virgo, and just the way I am, and my spiritual path is not that. But for some people it might be. For some people that's a big fat trap. Those are people that sometimes, if they're not spiritual, there are a lot of people out there that will have demons around them goading them. Hey, look at her. Look at the rack on her. Look at the ass on him. Look at the da-da-da-da. Ooh, did you get a whiff of her perfume? Ooh, do you want to smell his neck? I mean, demons whisper this shit in your ear day after day until you're no longer a sex addict, right? And then they have no effect on you and they go away because you got to work through your stuff. And that's why demons are really here for our own benefit. If you haven't heard that episode, Devils and Demons, oh my, go listen to that one. The interview I did with my son where we were in the middle of a ritual and he literally left his body and he went to hell. And he had a journey with the angel of death, current acting, not me, with Archangel Hariel. And it was enlightening. He was like, wow, now that I know what I know I'm not going to hell because I know what it's all about. But my son is super appropriate. He's like, I want everything to be appropriate, which is good. It's what you need when you're running a restaurant. I mean, I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm trained as a sex therapist. I mean, my life is a whole different path than his, right? It's really hard to live with someone who's the opposite of you, but that might be in itself another part of the path, actually. So, excuse me. So some of you, though, might be on the path of being a sexual yoga ascension master. Maybe it's going to be, what is that? Oh my God, the kind of sex where you don't have an orgasm and you have sex for hours and hours and hours while meditating. That is like the most insane idea I have ever heard. But a lot of people do it. And they're like, oh yeah, and the sex is so much better, and the orgasm is so much better, and they get all into the sex of it, My Virgo mind's like, why don't you just bawl and get it over with? I mean, when you're done, now you can hold hands and cuddle and talk and eat popcorn and watch movies and stroll in the park. And, why spend 12 hours looking at each other naked and not having an orgasm? To me, that's like a waste of time, but because it's not my path. But for some people, that is their journey, and that is the path. That is the one thing that is the thing for them. My ex-brother-in-law had a girlfriend who was into that. Why am I not thinking about this sexuality path? It's crazy. It's a form of yoga, which means union with God, and it's kind of a Kundalini thing, but it's not really, because I think it's to awaken the Kundalini. And you know what? Your Kundalini is going to rise when it damn well pleases. Don't ever force your Kundalini to rise. It could be deadly. It could be dangerous. It can make you burn out your nervous system really fast. It can make you absolutely crazy. If it comes up like to this point of your navel and then shoots back down because you didn't know how to pull it up to the crown chakra, and it goes all the way down to the center of the earth, you're a permanent crazy person, and now you live in an asylum. That was a warning from Doreel, who was a spiritual master. So you gotta be careful with that. But what is this? Oh my God! It's like there's symbols for this. It's like snakes and kind of like la la la. It's very sensuous. It's like a sensual spiritual path. I know you guys know what I mean. In fact, I'm going to forget it and then my mind will think of it in a minute. But but that might be your spiritual path. And if that's your path, that's cool. I'm not going to judge you for it. I'm just not going to do it myself because that's just crazy. I mean, if my twin flame says, hey, let's try this kind of sex right now. Oh, tantric. There we go. Hell yeah. I finally thought of it. All right. Yeah. Tantric yoga. Some people are really into it and they're celibate and they'll like get themselves like all hot and bothered and then do nothing about it and pull the energy up. And I mean, there's something to be said for it, but I mean, I could pull the energy up without having to get the sexual part because my energy's already there. After years and years and years of meditating, I've been on the spiritual path since I was born. So, I mean, 52 whole years, I'm sure I can muster up the energy. But I still get God keeps telling me things. God keeps showing me things. I was spinning all my chakras correctly and everything was fine. And then I had a visualization sometime, and I'm going to tell you about this one. It's not as effective as the other one, but it might be. It might be. So if you imagine your chakras are a tall dresser and it's painted like the rainbow, Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, from the bottom up. And you don't really need to clean out your 8th through 12th chakra. You just have to learn life lessons in order for them to be activated. If you do not absolutely love with a pure heart, every person on the planet, even people who abused you, even people who have murdered people, even people who are evil to the core, if you don't love the devil, if you don't love all your enemies as yourself, your 11th chakra will never open. It's just a life lesson. It's a cool life lesson when you learn it, and then you're like, oh man. And because then you stand on a solid foundation that is the primal will to good. When you get to that level of understanding, and that's something that a lot of people just don't, they never get there. So-and-so stole my picture on Instagram, and now I'm all up in arms over it. And I'm going to tell all of my followers about it, and I'm going to make a big stink. And I'm going to prove it. And this happened this week. True story. And I'm going to say hi to the vampire. I think Vampire Lenora, is that what was your name? Super cool name on I had my gothic phase. I still I'm a goth punk inside, but I'm a lot of things inside. I'm a 14-year-old gay boy inside as well. But Lenore's like, she's liked the way I handled this, and she started following me as a result. It's like when you have integrity, people will follow you, which is awesome. But this person's like, look what she did, and she's made all kinds of complaints. Now, somebody stole my art, and I got mad about it. Maybe a year ago. And I was just livid. It's someone who tried to talk to me. Next thing I know, on his profile was my picture, and I found out he was a Nigerian scammer. I'm like, well, of course. He wouldn't just stop at trying to scam me out of money and pretend we're having a relationship. He's going to steal my all original and unique art too. What a bastard. It was like the one thing. Oh, yeah, try to scam me for my money. Yeah, that's par for the course. Not my picture of a juice. It was literally just a picture of a juice. I freaked out. I was like stressed about it. It was actually maybe 9 or 10 months ago. No, actually it wasn't. It was last May. Anyway, and I know what it feels like to have your art stolen, and you're like, well, mine is not like the millhouse of new age ideas and websites, and suddenly 20 people you follow are putting out the same fucking quote by Bob Proctor. You know what I mean? I sometimes I like this, and sometimes if I see 5 or 6 or 10 people with the same freaking thing, I delete 9 of them because I don't need double, triple, quadruple, a million times the content. I don't need that shit. I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. But I found out after I went through that, You just make a quick complaint and Instagram removes a picture. Bada boom, bada bing. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to react. Well, this woman was getting mad and she's freaking out and she's like, tell her and tell Instagram and report her and let's just get her kicked off. And I was like, well, why is she stealing this beautiful art from her? And it was just about this herb does these things. And so she wants to tell her people, all right, fine. And it's original art, so, you know what, don't freaking steal. And she stole, she took the art and then she took the part of who it came from out. So that, she was being shady as hell. But I wrote to her and I said, I need to tell you something. You stole from someone who I've been following a while and she has all original content. And you need to take all of her original content down off your site because you know what? That's not yours. That's stealing. You're going to be reported to Instagram from a lot of people. I'm going to warn you, you might get some hate mail or something. But I think you look like a wonderful person. You have a beautiful profile going, and you know, she only had like 12 posts. She just started. She knew what she was doing. She's a baby. You know, an Instagram baby. So anyway, I was just very nice to her. I'm like, this is what's going to happen. So you can't take people's stuff. It's illegal. I'm like, and if you need me to tell you en español está bien porque, you know, me voy a hablar contigo en español, right? So I'm going to teach you, or I'll tell you in English or in Spanish, whatever you need. I will tell you in Spanish. It's fine. And so, so I told her on her post, look, I wrote her a nice DM. I said, hey, this is what's going on. And take it down and I'll let you know. And I could talk to you in English or Spanish because she was a Spanish speaker first, although some of her stuff was in English. And she did not respond to me, but she put a heart on my letter. So I don't know if she understood me or not. She might have been embarrassed by it. She did take the post down, or Instagram did. But all these other people are like, that bitch, oh, let's get her, you know? And it has sparked that duality polarity shit in a lot of people. And I just watched it and I was like, oh my God. So I wanted to be the good example. And someone said, please teach me your calm internet ways. And then other people start, you know, like, I'm going to follow her. She's cool, you know, because I calmed a situation down that didn't need to ever be escalated in the first place, but I do understand it because like about a year and a half ago, I went through the same damn thing. And I was like, oh my God, how could he do this to me? You know, it was like, and it was like a very special, it wasn't a special day, but it was an especially hard day. And I made it better by taking a picture of the juice I drank because I still, at the end of the day, even though I failed in my mission of getting health insurance for my child and I, and getting cedulas for us so that we could work and integrate into the society here more. And he was counting on me. And I felt like I disappointed him. And I was just like, I can't stand this. And at the end of the day, I'm like, but you know what? I still deserve to love myself and take care of myself. And that was like the message. And I put that up. And it was like this sweet moment. And next thing I know, it's on someone else's profile. Screw you, dude. Like, what? Stealer. You know, but, you know, he probably just thought it was a stock photo. It kind of looked good enough to have been a stock photo. But sorry, buddy, that was a special moment for me. After an especially hard day, I had this wonderful second to myself, you know, before I went home to tell my son the horrible news. Okay, but anyway, I just want you to be aware that everyone's on a different path. Some people have to have the airy fairy fluffy bunny thing, right? Some people have to have that. So, anyway, so by the way, some people have to have the hardcore warrior light worker way. You know, it just depends. Some people have to be Spartan as fuck and they have an apartment with nothing in it. Or some people just live in a tent because they're Spartans, you know, and that's their way. Other people need luxury around them in order to feel more spiritual. You know, I walked into this one lady's house and she was my masseuse, actually. She had her home studio in her office for massage. And she was amazing, by the way. She saw UFOs. She was so high vibration and so amazing. And I always felt really good after a massage because she did her own herbal, like lemon herb massage oils. And it was really awesome, actually. She was an incredible person. I miss her so much. She's in Santa Barbara still, probably still giving massages and still communicating with ETs back when I was in my 20s. So 30 years ago, she was doing that. But she could see them and communicate with them. And it was not a big deal for her. And I was terrified of them. So it was like, we were way different places. way different places. She was like in her 30s and she's like 35 or something. And she's like, oh yeah, it's not a big deal to me. And she had made peace at the whole thing. But and I walked into her house and it was all like white leather couches with purple and lavender throws and pillows. And she had an amethyst collection to die for, gorgeous amethyst altar. And I was just like, she's an incredible person. Like her world and her life, and it's like so luxurious, but that's how she got to be spiritual. And some people, like I said, just live in a damn cave, or, they're like, they don't need the things, they're not aesthetics, or they are aesthetics. I forgot what they call that, but the people who give up everything. Monks shave their head. They'd walk around naked if it wasn't illegal, and some do in India. Give up my clothes. I don't need them. I have God only, no more, nothing else. Sorry. You can have a mansion and have God, like no God, or you can live in a cave and no God. It doesn't matter. God will provide no matter what, whatever you want, whatever life you want, that's the one God will provide. So anyway, so God always provides information in ways of doing new things. So this is something, if you want to imagine that you have a dresser before you and it's 7 drawers high and you want to see what's in the drawers, you can visualize, and you open each drawer, right? So if you're very sexual, your first 3 chakras, that's where your spirit is attached. If you're very heart-loving, caring, service person, you want to work with animals and babies and people like that are old, and like, volunteer at your church or your mosque or at your, why am I thinking Shabbat Shalom? What is it? A temple, Shabbat Shalom. I love that. I love those words. Hebrew has some magic to it. Arabic has some magic to it. Latin also is magical. So, so if you're a very service-oriented, very outgoing, you're probably attached at the level of the heart. And if you're maybe more clinical, you're more mentally minded, you're in your head, you're in your brain a lot. Like me, I'm a mad professor when it comes to things. Sometimes, man, I'll like start cooking food and then I'll go off and do another project and totally forget I was cooking food until I get kind of like low blood sugar because I never get hungry. And I'm like, why do I feel like I didn't eat yet? And then all of a sudden I'll smell the burn, walk in the kitchen, it's on fire. I mean, that's a typical for me. I need a cook. I need to be rich so I can have people take care of me. I might be a danger to myself and others with my cooking skills, but I know I'm attached at the upper part of my chakras, my crown chakra. All I think about is God. All I think about is spirituality. All I think about is, mental things, and I try to solve problems for people, solve problems for myself. I'm always thinking about books to write and screenplays to write, and I'm very creative, because I'm in my head. That's where I'm attached. So, and when you can't really have a person attached at the lower chakras and one attached at the top chakras, it really have they might have a decent mix for a while because they balance each other out, and meet at the middle of the heart. But sometimes it just gets too much where the sex person just wants sex, and nothing else. And the mental person's like, why can't you have an original thought once in a while? You get really, so that doesn't really work out. I have a friend right now that he wants to be my boyfriend, and that's him. He's a sex guy. And I'm a mental person, and I'm like, I've never met him in person. And for 3 years, he's been kind of chasing me, but online. I want to be with you. I want to come and be with you. I want to be your boyfriend. But he's never made a move to actually do that because he knows that I'm nothing like him. I know he knows that. So it's it's never going to happen. He said he'll come and visit me in September. It's the 18th? And so far, nothing, it's like, I'm never going to meet this guy. He's never going to make the effort. It's ridiculous. But anyway, so I digress. So God showed me one way that if this might work out for you, especially if you love to clean. So imagine before you, there's a white dresser. It's tall and it's white. It has 7 drawers, red through, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and kind of indigo. Imagine like a jeans color, like a deep, I love the indigo jeans, the dark colors, kind of like a purpley blue, and then violet at the top, right? And when you open the drawers in your mind, okay, not real, you're just in your mind's eye, and you could see if there's anything in there that you need to address, and you need to clean it out. That might be an easy way for you to clean your chakras, just in doing mental visualization, or just walk through it in your imagination. So, but what God showed me today was even more specific to me, maybe, but I wanted to tell you and share with you guys, because this is my path, is to share all the cool spiritual insights as they come, and all the techniques as they come. So, all right, if you are laying down in your bed is the easiest way. Now we have the 7 major chakras, and then we have, the minor chakras in the feet and the hands, at the ankles and the at the wrists, and all the joints, like knees, elbows, ears. Actually, we have ear chakras. So, but they're really tiny. They're lesser chakras, and we don't really get stuff stuck in them, but we get debris stuck in the other chakras. So I did this today, and I found some debris there. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I got to clean that, that's awesome. So I asked God to help me with it. And so he showed me, if you imagine that, the wheel that is your chakra, it's like a spinning round wheel. It's a bubble. And it's like a gyroscope over like a Merkaba, like what Jude said. And I think he inspired this. My subconscious mind worked on this one for a while as I fell asleep thinking about it. And so you imagine that wheel, and you can see the color of it, and you can look inside it like it's like an energy field. Look inside it and see if you see any dirt or any debris, and then you ask it, what is that? What is that? And maybe in your first chakra, for it's survival, right? And you're afraid you're not going to survive. Oh, let me clean that up. I choose to consciously let go of that I might not survive energy. That was mine this morning. And then the second chakra, your sexuality chakra. Well, I really want to have sex, but I'm afraid I'm going to be treated poorly in a relationship. Well, let's clean that up, because I'm only going to be with the person who's going to treat me well now. Now I know better. So let's clean that up. And then I just went through one by one all the way up. And what I noticed is that as it happened, everything, I even had a couple blocks in my heart. I was missing my last husband. He's not my last husband, but the last one I had, the last man I was married to. I was missing him and resenting him at the same time, and that was still debris stuck in my heart. And I thought I would never get rid of it, because I was cleaning my chakras in a different way, and this new method actually helped me to see something more that I didn't see before. So yay! And so I did it. I expanded my heart, and I saw it looks like little bits of dirt, like little kind of a golden brown. It sounds yummy, right? Golden brown and crunchy little bits. I'm like, what is that? What are you? And it just said, you are really missing and yet resenting your husband, and that really kind of prevented you from finding love again, because it was such a betrayal. The way he treated me was such a betrayal. It was horrible. So I was like, yeah. And all of a sudden it was just like, so I'm going to choose to let go of you. Fuck off, man. Basically, it's like wiping crumbs off your shirt. And that's what I did. I just like, get out of here. And I did that. And my crown chakra is clear. Third eye was clear. My throat had some things from a past life. And it was from when I was cutting people's heads off with the guillotine. That was my job. I was a big, strong French man, and I Didn't have any love in my life except my mother. So it was like really wild. And I cut people's heads off, I had no beef with the people. It was just my job, as I mentioned in the past couple weeks. And that was one, I kept bringing it up because I kept thinking about it. Well, this morning I cleared that out and I'm like, oh, all of a sudden my throat, actually, I felt like, oh, wow, the swelling in my throat went down. What? I woke up with a 98.6 degree temperature today. Perfect. On the nose, perfect. I feel great. You can tell, right? I was sick for 2 days, but I don't know why or how or from what. But whatever it was, I cleared it out. And also, thank you to Cheryl. Cheryl did some healing work on me and she sent dragons to heal me. And my dragon Amethyst, she is awesome. And so she came. She's purple like an amethyst. And she she came and cuddled me at night and I guess gave me her dragon energy. And I feel amazing today. But something really weird happened. I guess three weird things happened. I told you about the weird bug that would show up and then it just like it disappeared. I'm sure it's dead in my bathroom somewhere because it did not come to visit me last night. Or maybe it was afraid of me talking to it in light language again. I don't know. Oh, my world is so weird. But this little, so that one didn't, so last night I went into the bathroom to wash my hands after eating something and the water's not running again. Oh my God. They're rationing the freaking water. So at night, like at midnight, I guess, we don't have water. So I turned on the faucet and I was pissed off. I was like, whatever, dude. And so I grabbed like one of the handy wipes I have there because I know the shit's going to happen. I'm a Virgo and I'm prepared like a Boy Scout. So I pulled out, one of those, washed my face, washed my hands, and then went to bed. And apparently my son said about 5 a.m, he hears the water running in my bathroom and he's like, well, that's weird. Mom's up early. Maybe she's just going to go back to bed. So whatever. And he rolls over and he sat there for like 10 minutes. And all of a sudden he heard me snoring and he's like, what the hell? What the hell? And he went up into my bathroom and saw me in bed snoring in my bathroom sink. It's just like full force water. Yeah, they're trying to conserve. And then they create these kind of situations where people forget they turned on the faucet. So oops, sorry Earth, sorry Mother Gaia, sorry Cuenca government for wasting the water, but you guys are assholes for limiting it in the first place. But so there was that, and then I guess I woke up around 6:30 in the morning, and my head was feeling still kind of hot. I was feeling some energy like seeping in, and I grabbed my tablet, which was ice cold because it wasn't plugged in charging. It had already been charged. And I put it up against my forehead because it was cold. And then I fell asleep. And then I woke up and my tablet is gone. I'm like looking under my pillow, under my bed. Did it fall between my headboard and my bed? I started to panic. And I'm like, okay, so what can happen? What happened? And I wasn't logical because it's morning. I'm not logical in the morning until I have my coffee. I'm like, oh my God, it disappeared. Oh my God, I absorbed it into my head. Oh my God, the aliens came down and took my tablet because it was too close to my face. Oh my God, something happened. Oh my God, there was a thief in here. Oh my God, I have kinetic powers and I moved it through my house. It's probably downstairs. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's probably downstairs because my son snuck in and took it while I was asleep from my hand to get on Facebook because for some weird reason he's got an aversion to get on Facebook on his own phone. And I'm like, but I went through all these crazy possibilities. So my son had it, obviously. Occam's fucking razor. I know the most logical choice is like the right one. But I'm not a logical person in the morning. I have the crazy theories. But for a split second, because I talked about Lucifer Morningstar yesterday, just for a split second, I thought, holy shit, the devil got me back and stole my tablet. And then I thought, no, he wants to have a business with me. He wouldn't take away my only means of communicating with him. But just for a second, I was like, oh my God, the devil's pretty fucking powerful. He stole my tablet. I don't know why I thought that. It was like I wanted to share it with you guys because it was such a weird moment. Like, because at first it was like, I mean, can you imagine if the devil came into your house and stole something from you? I mean, the devil's not a thief, but it was a thought in my head. Oh, and I have to answer the devil. I'm in trouble with the devil. What the hell? I mean, I'm living in his dominion. I'm living in his dominion. This is like the level of the devil. We're all reaching for God, aren't we? We're reaching up, rise up. We always say up. We're in the world below, dude. Many times I think we are in hell here, but there's a worse hell than this. Trust me, there really is. And I don't know, you hear the kids running by, screaming at Lobo and Blackie as if they can control them. They'll never learn. It's so cute, and they're always trying, you know. Part of me wants to adopt Lobo and Blackie and move with them to the countryside, but I think these kids would miss them too much, so I'll leave the dogs here. It's up to the dogs. They're sovereign beings, but sometimes I think, these are my dogs, and then I think, well, they kind of belong to the neighborhood, though. We've seen other people opening their doors and laying the dogs in, and we're like, huh. Yeah, no wonder Lobo's so fat. Anyway, all right. I want to get into what's going on with spaceweather.com today. So we're going to go there. I'm going to see if they've updated it. Some of the articles are updated and some not so much. Yeah. So, all right. They haven't updated any new articles, but the sun is still spotless. I mean, that's crazy. We've had now 28 days. Did we say 28 days yesterday? Maybe it's 29 days. You might not have updated that part, but they did update the solar wind speed, which is 327.1 kilometers per second. So if there is some kind of flare that comes off without the sunspot, it'll be here in a couple days. It won't be very, very long. And let's see, the Ulu neutron counts are high, but they have gone up 0.1% in the past 24 hours. But so it's 9.9. I keep thinking it was like 10 something yesterday. Anyway, there are no significant coronal holes on the Earth side of the sun, so we're done for a while. Thank God, we're gonna have a free and clear weekend. You know, the radiation counts are about where they've been, but a little bit less, and also no more solar winds for a couple days. So, thank God, right? We're actually kind of going to be free from that. And let's see, there were 34 sporadic fireballs over the United States today, so that's fun. 34, so check that out. Not much else to report there. The HeartMath Institute is still down, unfortunately. So the only Schumann resonance news we've got going today is from disclosurenews.it. Now check this out. I thought for sure on the 18th it'd be power 18 because it's been on this weird thing, but now it's just 57 hertz frequency. So it did go up a little bit, but not to fret. It's probably not going to affect you too much. It's probably 200 and 400 in other places. So if you feel affected, it's because it's super high in other places near you. But in Italy, it's only 57, just hardly into the fifth dimension, which is weird. But Italy, for some reason, has always been a low point. And I don't mean Italy, the country. I don't mean Italy, the people. I literally want to move there so bad. But it's not, I don't mean that. It's just the energy isn't accumulating there, or it's just not reacting there. And there are huge regions of Italy where there's just no people. There are abandoned towns. I don't know where the Schumann resonance is, but I always think that the people probably are affecting it somehow as well. But I'm not sure about that. I just kind of feel like there's something going on there. But anyway, that is it for all that. And I wanted to get to the card of the day yesterday and then I completely blipped it out. Oopsies. I had a fever. I told you guys I was feverish. So I'm going to give you 2 cards from the Rebel deck. So 2 cards from the Rebel deck today, and these are the cards as chosen by Archangel Gabriel. They chose these cards today, about 2 hours ago. So this is a card of the day for the collective from the Rebel deck. So warning, swear words ahead maybe. So the first card is a dark blue and it has 3 money signs. Money signs. And then you turn it over and it says, make it rain. And I'm like, yeah, I do need to make money. We all need to make it rain for ourselves so that we could give to charity. And I was thinking about that. Yeah, I do need to work. I do need to make money. And I'm like still shuffling for the collective. And then the shut up and listen card came out. I'm like, is this for the collective? And Archangel Gabriel says, no, it's for you. I'm like, oops, sorry, Gabriel. Sorry. Okay. And I put that card back in the deck. I'm like, what do you mean? And he says, look at the first card. And it says, make it rain. Oh shit. Today is the day we do the Earth Changes report. Make it rain in California, guys. Make it rain in Oregon. Make it rain in Washington. Portland needs our help. San Francisco, the whole Bay Area, and all of the forest, the Angeles National Forest, Southern California, they need our help. It is changing and affecting the world weather right now. Make it rain. Literally, water from the sky, make it rain. Make it rain, make it rain. For California again. We got to do it, guys. That's what Archangel Gabriel's trying to tell me when he gave me the shut up and listen card. I was like, how rude. Such a rude angel. I'm just kidding. It's like a rude deck. It's not the angel's fault. All right. So then I got the second card for the collective. And this is something that will go right along dovetailing with the thing I just told you. When you open up your chakras and you imagine the bubble going out, 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 and then you look inside it and you see what's inside that bubble. Like a balloon. It looks like an energy balloon. And it can't pop. Don't worry. That'd be freaking painful. That's gotta hurt. Yeah, no, so you just imagine the balloons. And by the way, and when the all the debris is moved out of there, they glow and they get magnetic and they get really, really big and they get like 3 times the size of your body. And you start to glow head to toe. And then you have all kinds of energy and you feel jolly and happy like I do right now. So anyway, the second card for the collective, and this is going to help you when you do the bubble energy thing. Shame, regret, and guilt. Those are just bullshit. I'll read that again. Shame, regret, and guilt. Those are just bullshit. Then you turn the card over. It says, forgive. Let that shit go. Forgive. Let that shit go. There you go. I'm going to put these up. Hopefully today I'll get to it. I'm pretty sure I'll have time because my son is gone. He went to work. He asked for $60 to buy himself 2 pairs of jeans. Don't you love a kid that goes and buys his own clothes? Oh my God. It's so nice. I mean, I loved shopping for clothes for my kids when they were little, but sometimes they got all antsy and they didn't want to try anything on and like, ugh, I don't want to go to the dressing room. It's just embarrassing. It's like, I know, but we got to. It's the thing you got to do. And sometimes I'd order stuff through the mail and it wouldn't fit. And it's like, oh, we should have gone to the dressing room, you know. But I love it. You just hand him money and he could just go buy his own thing. All right, fine. And he's got great taste in clothes. Although sometimes he'll come home with like a $25 pair of sunglasses and 1 pair of jeans and like, can I have more money for jeans, Mom? Libras. Oh my God, Libras. Well, I really needed the sunglasses. Don't you love my eyes? Don't you wish I had good vision? Don't you want to protect me from UV? You already have 3 pairs. Well, yeah, but that one's scratched and that one's not. Oh my God, Libras. It's like, I'm a Virgo, dude. I have the same pair of reading glasses that I've had for almost 4 years. It's the only pair I've ever had. And it's like the plastic is flaking off, and I keep finding little bits and pieces of this weird brown plastic flake off from my glasses. And usually I think it's a bug, and I try to slap it. It's insane. Like, this is my life. And my son's like, oh, I have a teeny tiny little scratch on my glasses. I need another pair, You can't buy the $5 ones from the homeless man on the corner, but you could go to, Gucci and get the $50 ones. Oh, I see. Libras. Anyway, it's like, no. But he left around 11:30. No, maybe about 12. About 12. And I'm like, what time do you have to work? He works at 5. And he's going to be gone till midnight. And I'm like, oh, choir of angels. I have 12 hours to myself. Clear the energy of the house out. I could do the dishes. I could cook. I could do everything that I need to do, get my laundry done, do my readings. One of you has paid me to do a birthday reading for your birthday person today. Ruben, don't worry. I'm going to get to your reading today, inshallah. We have a beautiful sunshiny day. It's going to be wonderful. So I will ask God to do a cloud reading if that's possible today. So even to throw that in as a special birthday gift. Yay. Usually my cloud readings are $33, and I sit there for a half hour looking at the sky and taking pictures if I can. The clouds here are very divinatory, so it's awesome. I live in a cloud forest. So anyway, that's it. That's all she wrote for right then now, for this half of the show anyway. I have one message for you, and then when I come back, I'm going to do the Earth Changes Report and the weekly Weird World News. And there are some doozies, so I'm sure of it. Starting with Russia has claimed Venus for their own. What? Weirdos. Okay, whatever. Yay, have fun getting that bacteria out of that hot-ass atmosphere. Such strange things going on in the world. Anyway, we're going to hear all about it right after this message. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's high time you did. It is the absolute easiest way to make a podcast. First of all, it's absolutely free. Second of all, they have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. You guys have known that I've been doing this for 8 months using the Anchor.fm app right on my cell phone, and I have done it everywhere, right? I have recorded this in my living room, my bedroom, little cafes in Quito, Ecuador, all over Cuenca. It's so absolutely easy to make your podcast, and editing is just a snap. Anchor also will distribute your podcast for you, and it took me about 2.5 months to become syndicated, and now I'm available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more, and so can you. You can make money from your podcast also, and there's no minimum requirement. You get paid from your very first listener. It is everything that you need to make a podcast all in one place. So please, if you are interested in making a podcast of your very own, do not hesitate to start with Anchor. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today.
We can make a difference in our own small way.
Just one small change, we can do that today. Our mind's getting bigger while the world's getting smaller.
But saving the earth's becoming a tall order. From the minute you awake from your nightly nap, you can make little changes like turning off the tap
While brushing your teeth in the bath. too drastic. Spread the word, get vocal. Make it go global. When buying food, stay local. Never mind the dishwasher, do it by hand. But I hate washing up. Ah, come on, it's grand.
Just one small change in the little things we do. We'll show you how, and now it's up to you. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth.
Since we found out the earth was sick, we knew we had to do something quick. The earth is our family and our friend. We need to mend it before it ends. This is our home, so don't destroy it. Everyone should do their bit. Ice caps melting, seas getting high. Homes will be flooded, polar bears will die. The sun's getting hotter, the rain won't fall. I'm afraid we won't survive at all. Recycle the plastic, please, it's free. You don't want that ending up in the sea.
It's like people use this planet as a bin. Pick up your trash, that's where you begin.
Temperature is rising, we are realizing. We must act now, there's no compromising.
Just one small change in the little things we do. We'll show you how, and now it's up to you. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth.
If you cut down flowers and trees, you contribute to the mass extinction of the bees.
Think of the creatures that don't have a say. There has to be a better way.
There's no higher being to save the earth. We gotta do something before we get hurt.
At school we know what to do.
But my question is, do you?
Just one small change in the little things we do. We'll show you how, and now it's up to you. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. Just one small change in the little things we do. We'll show you how, and now it's up to you. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth. It's our future.
It's our earth.
We need to protect it for what it's worth.
Well, my son came home 10 minutes after I said he was going to be gone all night. He was like, well, I have to take a shower now, and I'm going to put on my new jeans, and then I'm going to go to work. So we hung out for a couple hours. That was pretty cool. So here I am doing the show a little bit later than I expected I would get it out, but better late than never. It's better that you're late. All right, Tropical Storm Sally was strengthening. Hurricane and storm surge warnings were issued for the U.S. Gulf Coast, and spoiler alert, she met her goals. She became a 2.0 hurricane. Sally 2.0. She reinvented herself, but quick, and she hit the Gulf Coast. Let's send some sunshine and love and light to the eastern portion of the United States, where Sally wreaked her havoc. North Korea called for a prompt recovery after the typhoon Maysak leaves a trail of destruction. Let's send them love and light. The North Korean people do not deserve the dictatorship that's over there. They also don't deserve, all this other massive weather. Let's send them some sunshine and warm hug energy. They're talking about this asteroid again that's going to fly by Earth at 0.24 lunar distances. I guess it's coming up really quickly here. The researchers have documented the rebirth of a volcano for the first time, so that's pretty cool. That's over in Kamchatka, Russia. And there's a couple more pieces of news coming up. I looked ahead. In Kamchatka, Russia. And I want to point this out. I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts that Kamchatka, Russia had a bunch of beautiful aurora borealises when all this other stuff was going on. The volcano rebirthing itself. It was several different events, and then it all kind of went in together to create one big new vent, one big cinder cone. And it's like we have been in the midst of so much cosmic radiation and so much solar wind streams and plasma arriving and the occasional solar flare. I mean, the man who put together the YouTube channel, the YouTube channel Suspicious Observers, he has a PhD in, I think, astrophysics. And he had a theory that the space weather is causing all the havoc on Earth. Like, with as far as volcanoes and as far as the earthquakes are concerned. And I have a feeling he's right. And a lot of other scientists are starting to agree with this theory now. So I wanted to point that out, because if space weather is affecting the Earth so much that it is creating dormant volcanoes to come back to life, and it is erupting other volcanoes, and it is creating earthquakes that are doing some pretty hefty damage, and if possible, is creating all these hurricanes and all these tropical storms across the world this week. What is it doing to you and your body? I am thinking that we too are also affected. We are also affected. So what does it do? It changes our DNA. They have proven that. As well as, I think it's helping us to ascend all this extra energy. It's affecting our minds. It's affecting our memories. It's giving us that weird floaty feeling, like we wake up and feel like we're floating outside of our body, or that our body's floating above the bed. That's been like a weird ascension symptom lately. Wild and crazy dreams. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. Okay, we'll get into the Watchers News in a minute. I had a dream that I was very wealthy and I hired Anthony Robbins to come and live with me for 10 days. And it was costing me $100,000 so he could point out to me all of the flaws I am making in my life so that I can correct them and become a superhuman in every possible area of my life. I don't know that I would ever do this in reality world, but what a crazy dream. And he gave me the sweetest hug. He was the sweetest person. And he was willing to move right in. He brought his bedroll and his suitcase. Oh my God, Anthony Robbins. We're hugging. I was like, oh, I love this guy. He's so sweet. He's intense, but he's actually very sweet. Really sweet guy. Real stand-up man, stand-up guy. So I what a weird dream, right? But that's one of our ascension symptoms. I wonder if it's not coming down from all the space weather that we're having, right? So anyway, if you want to read the article, it's very interesting about the rebirth of a volcano in Russia. And they got to document it from the beginning. It's pretty cool. Now, the eye of the Hurricane Paulette moves directly over Bermuda. Sally strengthens herself. Like I said, she became Sally 2.0. She became a Category 2 hurricane and created extremely dangerous storm surge in the U.S. Love and light, sunshine to Bermuda and to the U.S. More than 30 people are dead or missing after floods and landslides in Nepal. It seems like, didn't we read this article last week? Didn't we read this article the week before last week? It's a different article, yet it happened again. It happened again. It's like an ongoing issue in Nepal right now. Let's send them a lot of sunshine. I mean, let's imagine scooping up some of their rain, putting it over California. Oh my God. A deep 6.4 earthquake hits Kamchatka, Russia. See? What did I tell you about Kamchatka, Russia? That sounds fun to say, Kamchatka. Love that. I mean, if they have vodka, Kamchatka vodka. It just sounds so cool. Anyway, a shallow 6.1 earthquake has hit the north of Fiji in the ocean. Don't worry, I don't think it hurt anybody. But Yeah, all these 6-point something earthquakes. A severe Medistorm, Casilda. It's like if Cassandra and Matilda had a baby together, they'd name her Casilda. Cassilda. Severe Medistorm. What is a Medistorm? I've never heard of this. There's a lot of new words to describe weather as the weather changes in a bunch of different degrees. Since for the past 20 years, I've noticed this. Severe Medistorm Casilda forms near the coast of Libya. Now, there's something that's going to happen in Algeria. I don't want to give it away. In a few minutes, you're going to hear. Now, Algeria is just to the right of Libya, so I feel like... Tunisia. Oh, my God. Algeria and then Tunisia. So it's all in that same area. So there's a lot of weather going on. Let's send sunshine in North Africa and the Mediterranean area. At least 6 people are dead in Tunisia. Oh, see, I just said Tunisia. After days of heavy rains trigger flooding there. So yeah, let's send a lot of sunshine over there. Now this one's strange. A massive sandstorm has engulfed Ankara in Turkey. And 6 people were left injured. So basically... Yeah, I mean, there are legends, and I might have to get into some Turkish stories, folk tales, fairy tales soon, out of just sheer curiosity on my part, and on my behalf, and then I said on my heart. That's a weird Freudian slip. Be careful, lady, your Freudian slip is showing. Oh, or is that your Freudian lip is showing? Oh, God, I love the puns. They're so punny. Massive sandstorm has engulfed Ankara, leaving 6 people injured in Turkey. There's a legend about the Jans. They're related to the jinns, but they're more angry and hate people more. According to the legends, Jans, Janns. The Jans are like elemental spirits, and you could see them in sand, like tornadoes that pick up the sand, and it's just the sand funnel going across the desert by itself, randomly, not really doing anything. But that is said to be in legends that's an angry spirit. And I don't know, I just feel like sandstorms have something to do with angry spirits. It's a weird feeling I get, but it might just be weather. But I don't know. Have you guys ever been walking down the street and you see a dirt devil? Like a little baby tornado? It's so cute. And it's like 6 inches tall, and it's like in the little dirt playing around the sidewalk. That was a phenomenon I saw all the time in California. Now I'm thinking maybe this wasn't all that common, but it was always common around me. Everywhere I looked, these little tiny fairies. Or sand, like just playing in the dirt. And that's the evidence that they're there, they're little spirits playing in the dirt. Because if you go near it and you try to touch it, all of a sudden it stops and it doesn't come back. It's really strange. They're like, oh no, the human saw me. Yeah, it's just a weird thought. I mean, seriously, if you ever see one, you try to touch it, it's going to stop. If it was just a phenomenon that happens because it happens, and it's not connected to a spirit that's unseen, it wouldn't stop. I mean, because you'd think that a human holding up a hand to a tornado would stop it. No, it doesn't. It's weird. I don't know. I got to think about some of this stuff for a while. There's some spiritual meanings deeper than than what we see on the surface. There's spirits behind this stuff. I know it. Nature spirits, elementals. Anyway, so yeah, let's send some love and light and calm energy to calm down those sandstorms in Ankara. Now, if you don't know anything about Turkey and you want to get into at least kind of a fun story, like a drama, like program, The Gift. I recommended this one before on Netflix. The Gift is about a woman in Turkey who can't stop drawing the same symbol over and over and over again obsessively. No one's ever seen the symbol before. They're very curious. And she sells her gallery opening out in like a matter of like an hour. Everyone buys her paintings. And the very next day it breaks in the newspaper that the symbol in her paintings was just unearthed at a archaeological site. That's literally the first like 10 minutes of the series. It's like, whoa! And after that, she goes on a wild paranormal trip. And the second season just came out. I haven't watched it yet. I cannot wait to get into it. But man, it's worth your time. If you could look past the sexism, a lot of sexism in Turkish shows. So send them love and light on several levels. Anyway, deadly flooding has hit Praia after 3 months worth of rain in just one day in Cabo Verde. This article drove me crazy because all of the names and the things in the article made me think it was in Brazil, then Jamaica, then Chile, then Mexico, then West Africa, then Portugal. I don't know where the hell Cabo Verde is. They have their own flag, which is weird. It must just be a new country that I am unaware of. Sorry for my geography ignorance. I haven't taken geography since 8th grade. For me, it was like almost 40 years ago. I mean, forgive me for not knowing where the hell Cabo Verde is, but God knows, so we could send love and light and sunshine to them, and God knows where to send it, because only God knows where it is. I'm just kidding. I literally don't know. Here we go again with Alia. In Finland, 90,000 people were left without power. So let's send love and light and sunshine to Finland. Teddy strengthens into a category. Woo! Getting ahead of myself. My dyslexia gets the best of me. And I start making up my own words. They exist now, so yes, they are real. You could just like really just save time. This is a category. This is a category. This is a catawanery. A cata-honorary. Okay, anyway. Teddy strengthens into a category 4 hurricane. Forecast to approach Bermuda this weekend. Bermuda, land of the triangles. Okay, let's send love and light and sunshine to Finland as well as to Bermuda, and also to Nicaragua. They don't need sunshine as much as calm energy. They had a tornado hit in Managua, Nicaragua, so let's send them some warm hugs. That's got to be really hard. Just send them some love and light. Tornadoes are really scary. It's like the air is fighting you, and there's not really a whole lot you could do except run and hide and hope for the best. I've never heard of a tornado hitting Nicaragua. Have you? You guys? It's just the end times are very confusing. Subtropical storm called Alpha forms near the coast of Portugal. So let's send some calm energy to Portugal and also some sunshine. Tropical storm Beta forms in the Gulf of Mexico. See, there's a lot of tropical storms. A lot of tropical storms this week. In the Gulf of Mexico, heavy rainfall was expected along the northwest Gulf Coast. A strong and shallow 6.9 earthquake hit the central mid-Atlantic ridge, middle of the ocean. So I don't think it hurt anybody. But see, this is all up there in that northern hemisphere, with Russia and in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, that's all where that solar, the solar winds and the cosmic radiation apparently is hitting. There's a ton of aurora borealises. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous emerald green glowing skies. It looks like another world, another planet up there. Newly identified mass extinction apparently was triggered the dawn of dinosaurs 233 million years ago. I mean, I'm going to go to this article. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I got too wordy, telling too much stories. I recorded this before, and I got to this point in the story about 40 minutes in. I'm like, we don't have time for weekly weird world news, damn it. I'm going to record the whole thing because I deleted everything I said. And it's just so we could get to this article, read it, and the rest of the news. And then we have time for the weekly weird world news. So I think it's important for us to have some laughs and have some joy in our lives because, honestly, I mean, you come into 2020 with all the stuff we've had to deal with. You're going to need some laughs, right? Anyway, okay, look at this. This is strange. This is by Julie Celestial. A new study has identified a major mass extinction 233 million years ago, which triggered the dawn of the dinosaurs. The event has been called the Carnian Pluvial Episode. What the hell are they calling it episode? Why not event? Oh my gosh. During this era, huge volcanic eruptions emitted carbon dioxide, methane, and water vapor into the atmosphere, which killed off much of the dominant tetrapods. Oh, damn it. Now I gotta look up another word. What does tetrapod mean? Tetra. Does it mean six-legged? Okay, I need to look it up. I don't think that's what that means. Tetra, does it mean four? What does Tetris mean? I think that means four, because it's like four. Oh my god, I'm relating this to video games. This is why the Earth is doomed. This is why the Earth is effing doomed. Okay, the team composed of 17 researchers, led by Jacopo Dal Corso of the China University of Geosciences at Wuhan. There's that famous city again. And Mike Benton of the University of Bristol's School of Earth Sciences. I didn't see the word science because of the way the article is written. I thought it just said School of Earth. I'm like, well, aren't we all going to that school? That's what Jude said yesterday in yesterday's show. This is a school, place of learning. School of Earth Sciences. Anyway, they studied the geological and paleontological evidence identifying what had happened during the major event. So, the Carnian Pluvial Episode was linked to massive volcano eruptions in the Rangelia, province of Western Canada, where large volumes of volcanic basalt were poured out, forming much of the west coast of North America. And says the Rangelia eruptions, you're welcome. We gave you the land that brought you Hollywood and also wine and also the cheese of California. Okay, sorry. That was too cheesy. Oh, puns are so funny. The eruptions peaked in the Carnian, explained Dal Corso. I was studying the geochemical signature of the eruptions a few years ago and identified massive effects on the atmosphere worldwide. The eruptions were so huge that they pumped vast amounts of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, and there were spikes of global warming. The warming was associated with increased rainfall that was detected back in the 1980s by geologists Mike Sims and Alistair Raffel as a humid episode that lasted 1 million years. Wow. The global warming was associated with increased rainfall detected in the 1980s as a humid episode. Does that make any sense to you guys? The climate change led to major biodiversity loss in the ocean and on land, but after the extinction event, new groups took over and formed more modern-like ecosystems. The changes then led to growth of plant life and expansion of modern conifer forests. The new floras probably provided slim pickings, it literally says that, for the surviving herbivorous reptiles, said Benton. I had noted a floral switch and ecological catastrophe among the herbivores back in 1983 when I completed my PhD. Oh, smart guy. And good for him. We now know the dinosaurs originated 20 million years before this event, but they remained quite rare and unimportant until the Carnian pluvial episode hit. It was sudden, and the conditions after the humid episode gave dinosaurs their chance. You see the dinosaurs rubbing their stubby little stumps together? Like Dr. Evil or something. Okay. Aside from dinosaurs, many other modern groups of plants and animals also emerged at this time, including some of the first species of turtles. Yay! We love turtles. Crocodiles. Yay. Lizards. Yay! I love them. They're so cute with their little tails. And the first mammals. Well, hella yay. That's good. The Carnian pluvial episode also impacted the ocean life as it marked the start of modern-style coral reefs. Nice. Except they're dying out now. We're headed for another extinction event, aren't we? I hope we could just hold on enough time so that we could fully get ascended and hop on up into other dimensions, because this world is just done for. And many of the modern groups of plankton indicating profound changes in the ocean chemistry and the carbonate cycle. By the way, don't take calcium carbonate. It causes heart attacks. It causes problems in your bones. And they keep pushing calcium carbonate. And don't take it for your Tums is calcium carbonate. Speaking of carbonate, don't take it. It's not good for you. You have a problem with your tummy? Apple cider vinegar and water. 5 seconds later. Okay, 5 minutes maybe. If it's not better in 10 minutes, take more. I mean, don't take Tums. It's so bad for you. Causes heart attacks. The calcium carbonate. Anyway, it's not what they're talking about here, but sometimes I want to relay life-saving information. Just a little thing I do. So far, paleontologists had identified 5 big mass extinctions in the past 500 million years of the history of life, according to Dal Corso. Each of these had profound effect on the evolution of Earth and life, obviously. We identified another great extinction event. It had a major role in helping to reset life on the land, apparently, and in the oceans that marked the origins of modern ecosystems. Wow. It's very interesting. So, if you want to see the rest of it, I mean, you could read the abstract. They probably have a link, or you could go see the whole study. This is very interesting information over here. All right. Now let's get back to Alia. She brought her destruction. Yeah, I don't know why it showed all these things, and then it showed the dinosaur one, and again, all the things I've already read. So I've already read all these. Alia, Beta, Alpha. Alpha and Beta? Are you kidding me? I didn't catch that till now. Alpha, Beta. So I guess next week we'll have storms Delta and Gamma, apparently. So odd. That is so strange. Now, I wanted to see what the new volcanoes were this week. See what's happening. It showed it, and then all of a sudden it just kind of went away, and I don't know why that article comes and goes, and there we go. Woo! And yeah, here's some new ones. Tropical storm Newell, N-O-U-L, Newell, is strengthening ahead of landfall in central Vietnam, and 548,000 people are evacuating right now, so please send them love and light, calm energy for the storm, and also sunshine to the people, just in case, and warm hugs, because it's gotta be scary, especially for the little kids and the old people. I mean, it's so scary to have to evacuate your home, and you don't know what's going to happen in a week. You don't know if your home's going to be there. You don't know if all your belongings are gone. You only know if you're going to have your own life. It's really scary. Pets disappear during times like this. It's scary. The weekly volcano report. Okay, let's see where we are. We're going to come back to the report of the volcanoes, because now suddenly a bunch more articles appeared on this first. It says page 1, and I read all the articles, and then it doubled the articles, and then, I don't know. It's kind of screwy on a tablet. I really should read it on my on my laptop. I still haven't gotten that fixed. I did find the guy's number, though, finally. Massive landslide in Irazu volcano has prompted the relocation of the infrastructure in Costa Rica. Oh, no. Wow. All the expatriates in South America rely on the Costa Rican Social Security Office. All the retirees. Not a lot of people know that. I know that because I've had to deal with them. So I am looking at this massive landslide on the volcano. Okay, I'm looking at this and I'm literally seeing the face of Jesus Christ himself. Jesus the Christ, I should say. Might just be a spirit, a nature spirit in there, but if you want to see this, watchers.news is very interesting. This is a very interesting face I'm looking at. You may see it, you might not. I've trained my eye. It's weird, but I could see spirits. I saw a brand new hamadryad spirit in the wood in my room this morning. I woke up and there she was staring at me, and I was like, oh. And it felt like there was life there, like the spirit was still with the wood. Did you guys know that when you have wood furniture, the spirits are still with the wood? You could release them if they want to be released. That might be something to do. Dangerous Medicane Casilda, again with this. What the hell are they even talking about? Before they called it Medi-Storm, now they're calling it Medicane. Is that something you walk with when you have Medicare? You're old, need a cane, Medicane, and Medicare provided it. What the hell does this mean, Medicane? Dangerous Medicane Casilda Lanos or Ianos? Medicane, maybe, because it's in Greece. Forecast to strike western Greece. Let's send them some sunshine to Greece. In Vietnam, deadly flooding, landslides, and destructive tornadoes struck. So what we just talked about a minute ago. They've already had that hit. So that's over 500,000 people, guys. Send them a lot of sunshine, a lot of love and light. In Uganda, let's send them some sunshine and love and light. Deadly flash floods swept through Kampala, Uganda. So, yeah, all right. And then the rest of these we have read. And I think we are done. I think we're done. I think that's it. That's it for the Watchers news. That's awesome. I have a joke for you guys. I keep wanting to tell you this joke that my son told me. I don't think I said it. I was, sick. I'm better now, and I was sick for a couple days. And before that, I was feeling kind of odd, very odd. I'm sure it was either the pre-illness or maybe it was ascension symptoms have been very weird. I wanted to say, it's funny, like the day that I left the house to go pay my rent was a new moon. And I bought all this healthy food, and it's a new moon in Virgo, and I forgot to mention, new moon in Virgo is about health and taking care of your body. And in that day or the day before, we got the card, the body, and it's actually the same day. Yeah, the same exact day we got the body card in the Literary Witches Oracle. And it's like things are so much more cosmic than I realized until I realized them, and then I'm like, whoa, mind blown. Always blows my mind. Anyway, I gotta tell you guys this joke. Okay, let me try to get this right. Especially I wanted to say this to you because I wanted to say it because my son keeps saying this joke to people, and people are like loving this joke. All right, I don't want to build it up too much in case you hate it. Man walks into a bar, and he says to the bartender, "Bartender, I'll take a Corona and 2 hurricanes." And the bartender says, "That will be 2020. All right, at least entertain me, right? I don't know how many people are you laughing. How many of you are laughing right now? And how many of you are like just groaning, like, oh man, I don't know. Laugh at the apocalypse. There's nothing we can do about it. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. This is fun. In Thailand, 10,000 ducks were let loose on a rice farm so that they can remove insects after a recent harvest. Wow. This is a drone video. You could look at this on upi.com under the odd news. There's drone footage. Very interesting. Why not? Ducks are really good for rice paddies because, they go around and they eat the bugs. And then they poo in the water, which makes it more nitrogen rich. And then by the time the rice grows again, it's all mixed in with the soil and broken down to its mineral form. And then it makes the rice very nutritious. It sounds gross, but it's true. It is what it is. It's life cycle. It's the way it is. But very interesting, right? Okay, let's go into some of the odd news this week from upi.com/odd_news. Okay. A website seeks a cheeseburger tester to find a top burger in the United States. Oh, I would go for that job. I like having a good burger. Depends on how many I have to eat in a day, though, because I don't want to get fat. I would eat one a day. That'd be all right. Pretty interesting. Ooh, there's a video on upi.com if you want to watch a bear nudging a Massachusetts man who is napping by the backyard pool. Hey, buddy, wake up. Don't be so lazy. I love bears. That's crazy. I would love to see that. I'm going to see it later. We don't have time for that. We're going to go through the headlines. A Malaysian man's missing phone turns up loaded with monkey selfies. Are you kidding me right now? Oh my God. Holy shit. Not only are they using tools, they're stealing phones and taking selfies of themselves. If monkeys are evolving this fast, guys, we better get on the stick and evolve so much faster than we are. This is weird. Oh my God. I gotta go to this article. It's too freaky. It's too freaky. Let's see. I want to see what happens. What happened? This is crazy. Monkeys. Oh my God, this is so freaking cute. I love monkeys. So they took a bunch of selfies and they just dropped it off in his yard. Oh, monkeys are the best. So, new photos including selfies snapped by a monkey. Whoa. So, I cannot pronounce this guy's name. Zach Rotzi. That's what I'm calling him. We'll just say Zach. He says he believes a monkey came into his house while he was sleeping and took his phone outside, where the primate apparently was playing with the device and inadvertently snapped some selfie photos and videos. Oh my God. One video appears to show the monkey attempting to put the phone in its mouth. Oh, that is the best. And this is, Rotzi tweeted, this is something that you might see once in a century. Well, not a century ago. I mean, that's crazy. Oh my God, that is hilarious. There's a video. He did put the video up. If you want to check it out, that is priceless, man. I love monkeys. Monkeys are the best. They've got the best sense of humor. Florida condo is for sale with Budweiser cans covering the walls and the ceilings. I can't even with that, dude. Vintage Miller Lite delivery truck with a 6-pack shaped fridge listed for sale. Does it go to the house that I just talked about 1 second ago? Only in America, and I'm just so embarrassed by these things. Look at all the beer we drank, Ma. I know, Pa. That's why we got to sell the house to buy more beer. I'm sorry, people in Florida don't sound like that, but maybe those people do. I don't know. I should make fun of any accents, actually, but honestly, it's my best W.C. Fields and his wife impression in that skit they did about living in Alaska and having to eat the dog. Oh my God. Let's just not go into that further. Chuck E. Cheese chain. It's a, if you don't know what this is, if you're not from the States, this is a restaurant chain that has a giant mouse who obviously loves cheese, and that's his name, Chuck E. Cheese. It's animatronics, and they play instruments and they entertain children while the children sit and eat their pizza. And the restaurants are super, super fun, and they have, a lot of video game, or not video games, well, they have some video games, and they have like skee ball and ball pits, which don't ever put your toddlers in ball pits. I mean, it's like, it's more like a germ pit, okay? Microbial pit. And anyway, and in Texas and New Mexico, they actually found rattlesnakes in those pits in the McDonald's that when they're outside, because the balls are nice and cool, and so like the reptiles will go in there. So I don't like those ball pits. Although I wouldn't mind having one in my house that's only for me, but I digress. It'd be fun. It's fun to play in those, but at the same time, it's like, ooh, you know what? I mean, in the age of pandemic, we're always like aware of this kind of stuff. But anyway, Chuck E. Cheese, they asked to purchase and destroy 7 billion prize tickets that people had taken home and not accounted for yet because of the pandemic. They had to do that because of the pandemic, they actually went bankrupt because they didn't have enough customers. They didn't have enough money to keep everything afloat. That's sad. Chuck E. Cheese is kind of legendary in the United States, and I don't know. It's, my husband actually worked on some of their early animatronics. That he got a degree in electronic engineering, and he's like, yeah, I helped work on the prototypes for Chuck E. Cheese. I'm like, that is so freaking cool. And you know when I learned this? I had already been married to him for years. We were at my daughter's birthday party, and he told me that. He said, you know something I never told you about me? You know, you could be married to someone for years, and you still don't know everything about them. That was amazing. Super amazing. All right, wooden Melania Trump statue was replaced with the bronze one after the arson. I'm not going to read the article. We know what happened. They caught her on fire. I'm sad. I mean, why is she married to that guy? But I mean, you know, you'd like to think she's better than that, but I don't know. Maybe she comes from Venus. She's awfully beautiful. New Guinness Book features Funko Pop gum wrapper chain records. Oh my God. So, okay, this guy had nothing better to do with his time but chew a boatload of gum and turn the wrappers into long chains. I mean, it looks like he's seen in a vat of multicolored spaghetti. That's crazy. Well, good for him. He made the record. That's nice. In Colorado, this is not normal. An iguana was found wandering loose in a state park. Well, there's a couple things I could say here. First of all, it's too cold for iguanas. They're tropical creatures, and they are indigenous to Mexico on down. And I have fed a lot of iguanas here in South America. They are so cute. I love them. But yeah, that's deadly. If it had been winter, this little guy would not have made it. God bless him. He looks happy. They always look like they're smiling. They're so cute. But there's a lot of stoners in Colorado, so what do you guys think? I think a stoner lost his pet iguana because he was stoned out of his mind, but I could be wrong. I can see what happens, though. All right, let's see here. We have a few more. A crayon-written message in a bottle fished out of a Canadian lake. Oh, how cute. Oh, that's cute. Let's read a few more headlines just so we get them in, and then I'm going to try to come back and read that letter. Okay. A Florida City new welcome sign was erected in the wrong city. Oh my God. Holy shit. In Dania Beach. Oh my God, are you kidding me? This is where I sent half of my stuff from Wish. A lot of things were like sent back to China. I was so mad, and now I'm looking at this going, the picture of my life has just gotten a bit, just a titch clearer. Oh my God. Oh my God. I hate when the news has any little bit of the thing to do with me. It's like weird. Okay, reported stranded dolphin in Britain was actually a big tuna. Oh my God. It's huge. It does look like a dolphin. Don't eat me. I'm really a dolphin. Oh, poor guy. I hope they don't catch him. If he lived this long, he deserves to live longer. A wildlife official, or they have said that the Tennessee tiger that everyone's been reporting, apparently people have been reporting this, it's probably a bobcat. Yeah, it could be. It could be. It looks like a very skinny bobcat. Bobcats tend to be a little bit more bulky, but you know, the weather's been weird all over. Woman stranded with a flat tire discovers that she won $100,000. And they're showing pictures of lottery tickets. We can imagine the scenario. She just probably pulled in going, oh my God, I got a flat tire. And then someone said something about the tickets. And she's like, oh, I got one in my purse. Let me see. Woo, $100,000. Well, that will cover that flat tire. So there you go. Good for her. A man spotted wearing a live snake as a mask on a city bus. That's no one's get. I mean, the 6-foot rule, you don't have to try to enforce it. I mean, the snake's gonna do it for you. That's smart. No one's coming near you. Woo, that's funny. An alligator swims through an Alabama woman's flooded yard. Oh, wow. There's a video of that. Ooh, that's a big one, too. See, this is why we don't want floods in the southern United States. Oh. Hey, honey, remember that moat you always wanted with the alligators in it? God granted your wish. Oh, my God. Watch. It's another video if you guys want to see. UPI.com is interesting. They have a lot of videos. An uncatchable pig gives Missouri police the slip. Oh, well, I want to be high when I watch that one later. A class ring lost while water skiing was returned 49 years later. Well, that's an interesting one. Let's read a couple more of these, and then there's a couple of these I want to open up and read the article. Ohio dad invents a candy chute for touch-free trick-or-treating. Oh, that's sweet. Hopefully people be allowed to go out of the house on Halloween, at least. Well, you know, actually Halloween is traditionally a time in which children wear masks. Maybe they could wear two. A mask over their mask to mask their mask. Quebec town called Asbestos searches for a new name. I wonder why we're not growing. Oh my God. North Carolina City they have to replace the street sign that misspelled the word autumn. I'm going to look this up. Oh, they did. A-U-T-U-M, Oaks. Autumn Oaks. They've got the N at the end of autumn. A-U-T-U-M-N, it should read, but, well, since it's silent, they decided to leave it off, I guess. Ooh, and the police had to free a man from handcuffs after his girlfriend lost the key. Oh my. That's kind of funny, actually. An Australian couple bought a $450,000 lottery ticket by accident. They won a lottery jackpot. What? Almost $500,000. They tried to enter a different drawing, but apparently their higher selves had a different plan for them. And the plan was, you won! Woo! Good for them. All right, that is actually pretty cool. All right, let's get back. Oh, yeah, this was the other one. Okay. Nobel Prizes awarded for poop knives. As a Virgo, I am completely opposed to anyone ever saying that phrase again. And a helium-inhaling alligator. Yeah, I don't like the Nobel Prize. They need to just stop with this crap now, because you know what? Normally it's very good stuff, and now, this time around, I think someone got into someone else's stash, the judges of the Nobel Prize this year. This is a really weird one. So Nobel Prizes are given out every year. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, thank God. I'm like, are they losing their shit? No, I'm losing it. The IG, the IG. Oh, Ig Nobel. Oh, I get it now. I saw it and then I didn't quite. Okay, IG, Nobel Prizes, Ig Nobel Prizes. They give out each year satirical awards. Oh, thank God. All right. In the annals of improbable research, it's a ceremony at Harvard. Okay, I mean, if I had to choose between the schools, Yale would be my choice. I look better in blue. So it's like I'd rather talk to Handsome Dan than deal with this. But anyway, okay. So they had a virtual ceremony on Thursday giving out the Ig Nobel Prizes. So they, screw these people. I'm not going to talk about the stupid knives. These are gross. Something about Ding Dong Ditch. What? The Ig Nobel Peace Prize went to governments of India and Pakistan for having diplomats basically play Ding Dong Ditch with their neighbors. This is stupid. I don't think I want to read anymore. Oh, it's an Ig Nobel Prize. Oh my God. So this is insane. They suggested that narcissists can be identified by their eyebrows. And I looked into this and I'm like, what? Because I didn't see the word IG. I just saw Nobel Prize. I'm like, what? So I went and I looked this up. And Psychology Today picked up on this story, which is satirical humor. And they wrote 2 or 3 articles on eyebrows with no explanation, no picture of what the eyebrows should look like. So you could go, oh, I'm not going to date him. Those eyebrows tell me he's a narcissist, which is total bullshit, I think. Because it says finally one article said bushy, big bushy eyebrows. And I'm thinking, I don't think that Albert Einstein was a narcissist. I don't think that Tom Selleck is a narcissist. And I know that Burt Reynolds was a sweetheart of a man and most likely not a narcissist. So I'm like, what the hell are these people on? I really thought the world had gone crazy. Now I see that it's there. These are the Ig Nobel Prizes. Thank God. It says there's a widespread fear of spiders among entomologists and a research team have vibrated earthworms at high frequencies to detect changes in their body shape. Yeah, and I was saying that they made a alligator scream by giving it a bunch of helium. It's like the weirdest thing. I don't know if these are improbable things that people actually tried or did or said, or weird articles they wrote that was just bullshit. I don't know what this is, but this is weird. I have a fly, a really big fat fly sitting on the table in here, and it's alive. Now look at this. I think you are a government bug. And not just a bug. It's bugging me. It's been sitting here for a while, and I'm looking at this like, I don't know. Is he sleeping? Is he sleeping or is he dead? He's not dead. He's merely sleeping. We could do a whole parrot skit just with a housefly. All right, it's so weird. All right, let me see how many minutes we have left, guys. Cool. Maybe we're gonna get to this. So the class ring situation. Well, water skiing. See, that's crazy. A New York State man lost his class ring when he was water skiing 49 years ago. How old is this guy? Damn. He was a high school class of 1970, and he lost it a year later, 1971. James Newman. This is according to the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. And he went to school in Washingtonville High School. And he was water skiing with his friends at Swinging Bridge Lake near Monticello, New York. Now, Swinging Bridge Marina, the owner, Bill Croissant. I swear to God, they're making these things up. And his son, Mike. It's never like, Todd Smith. It's always like Bill Croissant. And his son, Mike, found the ring in the muck more than a decade later when the reservoir was drained by Orange and Rockland Utilities. Well, that's interesting. And so it just talks about him finding the ring and they're looking for the owner. Let me see. I'm trying to skip ahead because we're running out of time. The ring, I guess, was left in an evidence locker until this year, and deputies started delving into cold cases because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, it's about time we solved those cold cases. They couldn't find out who the ring belonged to, basically. So now that sometimes the police do something right. But the Detective Sergeant Jason Gore, good for him, a member of the FBI Safe Streets Task Force, used new databases to narrow down the list of potential ring owners to a single name, James Newman, who now lives in Atlanta, Georgia. So Mr. Newman was shocked when he got the call. He had totally forgotten about the ring, and he can't believe that it was found. You know what, guys? I lost my high school ring, too. I hope I get mine back someday. Newman was reunited with his ring in time for his 50th high school reunion. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, a graduation ring does have a great sentimental value, he says. It is gratifying to be able to return it to the owner after all these years. Oh, that's what the sheriff said. That's true. That's sweet. At least they finally did something funny. I mean, something good. I just saw the pig one again. A cop's chasing a pig. I mean, just the irony. It's too hilarious. All right, let's go to this crayon written message in a bottle, fished out of a Canadian lake. There was a terse crayon etched message in a bottle found by British Columbia man. Oh, British Columbia. Okay, we have 4 minutes remaining. Let's see if we could get to this really quick. Oh my God. He's talking about picking up garbage at the lake, and basically there was a message in the bottle. And it says, the Tyler from Coquitlam in crayon. That's it. Well, that was just a non sequitur. I'm crossing my fingers he sees the post. He found this. He's looking for the guy who wrote it. Tyler from Coquitlam. Do you think it's like just a high dude in British Columbia? Like, just maybe. I was hoping that was going to be something super cute. Crayon, I'm thinking, oh yeah, that'd be so cute. Wouldn't that be adorable? That was written by like a toddler and dear mom, or I don't know. I mean, something heartwarming, something to make us laugh or cry. Like what? I mean, all that is to me is evidence that this guy littered. That's all this is. And speaking of littering, my daughter actually wrote a message in a bottle and sealed it, a really small bottle. And I am tasked with the task of throwing it into the ocean when I go to the Galapagos or anywhere near the ocean, even in Ecuador, just anywhere on the coast, because she wants to see if she ever gets a message in the future from it. And she didn't get a chance to do it, so she wants me to do it. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I think she put her Facebook, hey, write me, dude, when you get this message. Hope you're having a good day. Probably something like that. I'm not going to open it and find out because this is between her and the person that finds it. That'd be a nice, improbable, romantic, cute meet story. Oh, wait, it's already been done. Didn't the Notebook guy write a movie like this? Or a book that became a movie? Anyway. Fucking Tyler from Coquitlam. Yeah, you know what, Tyler? You are nothing but a person who throws trash in a lake. It's like, you are a litterer, man. You're part of the problem. I'm just kidding. God bless Tyler. I hope he finds that. And wouldn't it be funny if he gets like slapped with a hefty fine? It was like years later. I just, you know what? I'm sometimes I'm too cynical for my own good. All right. Well, I love you guys. I love each and every one of you. And I'm glad that you are every day giving me your time and your attention, and you're passing the show along to other people through your Facebook groups and Twitter and also on Instagram. It's helping. My numbers are growing, and I'm so grateful to you because I'm hoping to make money from my passion in a way that I can support myself. And so thank you for that. Anyway, thank you for your continued confidence and faith in my show, myself, and my abilities. And that's it, you guys. I gotta go. I'll be back on Monday with all unique and original programming, just like always. And we will be reading the next installment in the Kaiba Lion, yay, by 3 Initiates. But for now, I'm signing off with peace and joy and the high vibrations of the holy fifth dimension. Until next time, guys, peace. Metaphysical Soul Speak is run on sponsors and listener support. This means listeners like you. If you are so inclined to support my efforts and my little podcast, please visit me at anchor.fm/metaphysical and pledge an amount of your choosing today. Thank you.